What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 642 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the City of Vineland. It's KB coming at you solo dolo once again, following an unfortunate Phillies series loss. We'll recap everything against the Giants, and I don't think we have discussed it just yet, but we're going to dive into the Eagles' schedule. The schedule releases happened. I don't think we have overall touched on it, and if I have, I apologize, but I genuinely don't remember talking about it. So yeah, we're going to dive into the schedule release as well and everything that happened with the NFL schedule for the Birds and talk about their opponents, when they fall, what I like, what I don't like, that way too early win-loss record prediction. So we will get into that as well. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook.com/UndergroundSportsPHI, Twitch.tv/UndergroundSportsPHI. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311, KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the podcast feed on Apple, Spotify, wherever you guys get your podcasts in audio form. Leave a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping us continue to grow, helps us hit new milestones, helps us reach a new audience. So keep subscribing on Apple and Spotify. Be a friend, tell a friend. Unsubscribe and resubscribe. That helps the algorithm as well. So if you unsubscribe, resubscribe again on Apple and Spotify, that really does help us out. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. That is where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week. I do want to apologize. It's been a wild last couple of weeks navigating this show by myself once again for the most part, and just figuring out the flow and direction of how we want this show to go. So I've been, not on a true schedule, but we are working to get back to that true schedule moving forward in the month of June for sure. But we're at 803 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get to 900 before the end of the month. Let's make that happen. Let's get to 900 before the end of June. I think that is a doable thing to have happen. And then we go into the All-Star break, into the trade deadline, and into the fun of this Philly summer, chasing 1K. Let's make it happen. YouTube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Smash that like button, ring the bell icon, leave a comment down below. And of course, guys, this show is presented by the City of Vineland, and the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages, and through these tools you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Guys, the Phils. I know I mentioned it on the last episode. The Phils. They lose another series, and it is brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company, the best merch partners in the game. From t-shirts, just like this one here, you can get this Underground Sports Philadelphia logo tee, hoodies for all of our podcasts on the network, shirts for all of the podcasts on the network, and shirts for the Eagles, the Phillies, the Sixers, the Flyers, the Union, and Philly-centric merch. You're going to stand out in the crowd, whether you're going to Citizens Bank Park, whether you're hanging out with your friends and family at home, going out to the bar, going out to watch the game somewhere. You're going to stand out, and people are going to ask, where'd you get that shirt? It's PHI Apparel Company, baby. Go to phiapparel.co, fill up your cart to the gills, get everything you need to look styling and profiling this summer and beyond, And when you go to checkout, use promo code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your merch orders. It is the most effective and direct way to support everything we're doing here at Underground Sports Philadelphia. I hopefully want to implement merch bonuses for our podcast moving forward, which would be awesome to do. And the more you guys buy merch, the more it helps us be able to do more incredible things out and about in the community and go and travel to places and things like that. That's exactly where the funds go from when you purchase merch from PHI Apparel Company. So go to phiapparel.co, use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your merch order. Guys, the Phils lose another series. Back-to-back series losses for the first time since opening weekend, and the following series after that, Braves, Reds, and now Rockies, Giants. First back-to-back road series losses for the Fightin' Phils. And guess what? I still feel okay about this team. I still feel pretty okay about the direction of this team. They lose 8-4 on Monday. They lose 1-0 in extra innings in a Zach Wheeler start on Tuesday. And then they salvage the series and win 6-1 on Wednesday and come away victorious as we get this episode out for you guys. The Wheeler start was winnable. It sucks that they lost in extra innings. They just couldn't get the offense going. It just sucks to lose a series, really, at the end of the day. But guess what? The Phillies are still the best team in baseball. They still have the best record in baseball. And they've gone 2-4 on a road trip and maintained that status of being the best team in baseball. That's the coolest thing about this whole thing is it's not the sky is falling. It's we're suffering from some bumps in the road. And yet we're still the top dogs in not only the National League, but Major League Baseball. It's totally fine. It sucks. Sorry about that. Big yawn. It sucks that they lost the series because it was a winnable series, especially in that Tuesday night game. But you get out of San Francisco, another place that the Phillies, up until that win on Wednesday, had lost 9 consecutive games in San Francisco, had not won in San Francisco in over 1,000 days, and you finally break that streak, so that's good to exercise those demons. And now the Phillies are a win away from being the first team to 40 wins in Major League Baseball, not just the National League, and they'd be the first team to 20 wins, first team to 30 wins, and first team to 40 wins. They haven't done that, I don't think, ever, which is fucking awesome. And has me giddy thinking about this team being the first to 40 wins. Like, that's something that they can check off this season and say, hey, we accomplished that. Is it a banner-raising thing? No. But it's a cool little accomplishment for this team. And I'm very excited for them to finally come home, take on this Cardinals team that you should be able to beat, and get back on the winning track. You know, there's nothing to truly be overly concerned about with the Philadelphia Phillies. A couple bumps in the road on the West Coast ain't going to hurt anybody. They're still dominating teams at the end of the day on the season as a whole. And, you just got to go home and get that home cooking at the end of the day. And it's going to be a fun weekend at Citizens Bank Park against the Cardinals. All night games now. You have a City Connect game. You have a Saturday night game. And then you have Sunday night baseball once again. This team is going to be okay, guys. And, schedule withstanding, you have some tougher matchups coming up in June against the Brewers, against the Red Sox, the Orioles. The Padres are kicking around 500 still. The Diamondbacks, we're going to see what they're made of later on in the month. The Tigers are hovering around 500. It's not an easy month of June. But this team can still win some fucking ball games in the month of June and get to 50, get to 60 wins by the time July rolls around. Let that sink in, everybody. This team could end the month of May with 40 wins and could leave the month of June where they play. Let's see, a total number of games in the month of June. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26 games in the month of June. I was damn close. I was damn close to being correct about their win total in May. They ended up losing how many games in May? Let's see. In the month of May, your Philadelphia Phillies ended up losing. I said they were going to go 24-7 in the month of May. And they ended up, from the Angel series on. They ended up losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, did I nail this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They lost 8. I was 1 off. I was 1 off. If they would have won that fucking Wheeler game, man. Damn. I was so close to nailing. Oh, that's so... Damn. I wanted to be so right. I was damn close, though. They go 23-8 in the last 2 games of April, and then through the month of May with 1 game remaining. That's fucking awesome. That's so good, guys. Like 23-8. You figure they beat the Cardinals 24-8 in that span. You eliminate 1 win, 1 loss. That's 23-7. 23-7 in the month of May. I was 1 win off. I was almost there. I was right there. Looking at June, 2 against the Cardinals, I think they can win both of those. 2 out of 3 against the Brewers, I'd be happy. Sweep the Mets in London. Take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. 2 out of 3 from the Orioles. Sweep the Padres. You've done it already. Sweep the Diamondbacks. Sweep the Tigers. Take 3 out of 4 from Miami. I think that's doable. So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22 wins in April. In June. 22 wins in June in a total of 1, 2, 5, 7, and 6 is 13, 16, 19, 22, 26 games. If they can go 22-4 in June, hachi machi. They're going to lose some, in that stretch, but let's say they go 19-7, 20-6. 20-6 is going to be my official stamp prediction for the month of June. They can get another 20 wins in the month of June. Good grief. We're talking about a 60-win club going into July, guys. 60 wins. The Phillies did not get their 60th win in 2023. Let's see. The Phillies' 60th win in 2023 came... they didn't get their 40th win until June 25th last year. But the Phillies' 60th win did not roll onto the schedule. Holy moly. Until August 5th. That was the day after the Trey Turner ovation game. That is when they got win 60. And you're telling me that this team could leave the month of June upcoming with 60 wins? Guys, this season is special. This is a special, special month and a special, special team that we just witnessed in the month of May. And what tells you that any of this is going to slow down? You have 4 guys that are on a Cy Young trajectory in your rotation alone. You have 3 guys in the bullpen, not even 4 guys in the bullpen, I should say, between Jeff Hoffman, Jose Alvarado, Matt Strom, and Orion Kerkering, who are absolutely dealing. Edmundo Sosa has been one of the best hitters in baseball since Trey Turner's gone down. Bryce is being Bryce. He's hitting home runs. He's top 5 in the National League in RBI. Alec Bohm is still hitting the cover off the ball. Bryson Stott is still finding his way, but he's going to get hot. This team, JT is JT and doing phenomenally this year at the plate. He's still one of the best, if not the best catcher in baseball. This team is doing some special shit, guys, and it's fucking great to watch. And if you're not getting behind it, like, if you haven't paid attention to what is happening with this Phillies team, and historically how rare a season like this is, to compare it to the best season in Phillies history of my lifetime, the 2011 Phillies, in terms of win-loss. The Phillies in 2011, who won 102 games, they went 102-60. That team did not get their 60th win until July 19th. They did not get their 40th win until June 12th. The Phillies could finish the month of May with 40 wins. It's never happened in Phillies history. It just is so awesome to witness what this team is doing. And sure, the bumps in the road have happened. It's baseball. We're not used to it this season with this team. But man, overall, what this team is doing and the joy it's bringing to so many people is so much fun to watch. And I know I said this a ton on the last episode, but get ready for a red June, July, August, September, and of course October, and hopefully into November. Because this Phillies team is putting on a spectacle of a season for us. And they're playing smart. They're not living and dying by the home run. They're playing small ball. They're driving runs in. The pitching staff has been remarkable. Remarkable. From Wheeler to Ranger to Nola to Christopher Sanchez. Those 4 guys are holding it down in the rotation. When you're telling me you have those 4 guys every 5th day going out for you, and then the offense kind of just has to do its thing whenever Taijuan Walker's on the mound right now, that's a formula for success. And when you're telling me 4 out of every 5 games you have an automatic chance to win based on pitching alone, and your offense just has to come through and do what they do best and score runs like that we know they can. Telling you guys, I'm telling you, this Phillies team, in terms of run production, has been fantastic. You know, they are scoring runs with the best of them. Like, this Phillies team is 1 run away from 300 runs on the season already. They have the best run total scored, runs scored in baseball. They have the best run differential in the National League. They're only behind the Yankees in baseball. And I know people are talking about, the World Series and potential World Series matchups, and I never want to get too far ahead of myself, but they are talking about, Phillies Orioles and repeat of 1983. Wouldn't it be awesome to get revenge for '09? I know it's totally different eras, but wouldn't it be awesome to beat the fucking Yankees in the World Series? How awesome would that be for this team to exercise some of the demons of the run that we call it and beat the Bronx Bombers, the evil empire, take them down, give New York that false hope of a potential World Series, and just rip it away from them. It would be awesome, and then we take Juan Soto from them in return. I'm juiced for the trade deadline. I am already conjuring up my top trade targets. And it's May. It's the end of May, and I'm already thinking about the trade deadline and what it could bring for this team. It's so exciting. It's so fucking exciting, guys. The only bummer about just the overall competition right now is, Ronald Acuna Jr. is out for the year for the Atlanta Braves. Non-contact ACL injury that's going to put him out for the season. I know we put the message out on Twitter when it did happen, but we do want to send our best to Ronald Acuna Jr., his family, and to the Braves. The Phillies-Braves rivalry is alive and well. To me, it is the best rivalry in Major League Baseball right now, hands down, no competition whatsoever. And it is one of those rivalries you get up for. Like we've mentioned a couple shows ago, 4th of July weekend is going to be absolute fireworks when the Phillies play the Braves. But it sucks when a team is not at their full capacity, and obviously Spencer Strider has been out, and now Ronald Acuna Jr. is out. So we want to send our best to Ronald Acuna Jr. Hopefully he has a healthy and successful recovery, and we see him back out there, and he adds that flair and that energy and that unbelievable talent back to this Phillies-Braves rivalry next season. But on the flip side, if there's ever been a year for the Phillies to say, hey, we need to go all in at the trade deadline, we need to make sure that this team is fully equipped to go on the deepest of deep runs and not fall 2 games short of winning a World Series, not fall 2 games short of going to the World Series, it's this year. The Braves are not at full capacity. The rest of the division is mediocre. The rest of the National League is subpar and beatable. This is the year for the Phillies to say, okay, we have the chips to push into the middle of the table. What chips need to be pushed in? What chips do we need to hold on to for the future? And what of these chips that we have on the table can we push in to say, okay, this is the best overall formulaic equation to make this team the best it can possibly be from June 30th or before all the way through to November? What reliever can we find to add to these 4 dominant relievers at the back end of the bullpen? What potential starting pitcher could we add to this rotation to make it that much better? What bench bat could we add to make this team ready to go and have a force off the bench that's going to terrify opposing starting and relieving pitchers? That's where we are. The Phillies need to be prepared to pay a little bit of a pretty penny to make sure that this 2024 Phillies team is the one hoisting that trophy at the end of the year, raising a red banner at Citizens Bank Park at the end of the year, and that along with 1980 and 2008, 2024 flies forever in Phillies history as World Series champions. That's what they need to do. They need to make sure that the red pennant flies the end of this baseball season, and that when opening day rolls around next year, we see that pennant get raised and 2024 flies forever out there with 1980 and 2008. Simple as that. I know it's easier said than done, But that needs to be the objective for this team. That is where things are falling. That is where the chips are lying. The dominoes are falling in the Phillies' favor through and through for this to be a magical year for them. And if it falls short, it is nothing but a hollowed season. Sure, we had fun along the way. Sure, we won a bunch of games, but at the end of the day, this is a team that has championship aspirations, and they need to do what it takes to win a championship, not just get there, not just get to a National League championship series. They need to win a championship because they have the talent to do it, and this is the time to do it, and this is the biggest opportunity that they have had in this iteration of a run, in my opinion, and they need to capitalize on it. So, we'll see how things play out. Cardinals coming to town, Brewers coming to town, Rhys Hoskins potentially back, and we'll see how that all plays out. But, other topic I wanted to touch on here is the Philadelphia Eagles schedule. The schedule release happened recently. I don't think we've talked about it on the show, though. But before I talk about the schedule release, I want to talk to you guys about our friends over at FOCO. They are the best in the game when it comes to your collectibles, from the NFL to Major League Baseball to the NHL, the NBA, WWE, college football and basketball. They are known for their bobbleheads. They are known for just having the best forever collectibles in the game. FOCO has been rocking with us about half a year now. You saw me rocking the overalls all playoff season long. I can't wait to rip those bad boys out again. I got to get my shortalls. FOCO, hit me up. Slide in the DMs. We need the shortalls on the boy at Citizens Bank Park. I also got to hit them up and get a promo code for us. I know the link, but click that link, guys. Click the link in the description because it really does help when you guys click it. And purchase something from FOCO when you click it. They see that you're using our link. It helps us. It helps them. And you want to help us. We want to help our advertisers. It's a never-ending loop of just help. Who doesn't need help? But click the link in the description and scoop up your forever collectibles today. Shout out to FOCO for sponsoring the podcast. I also want to plug ourselves as we have a live event coming up on Sunday, June 9th at Human Robot Brewery at their Schuylkill Banks location for the Formula One Canadian Grand Prix with F1 Underground, our Formula One and motorsports podcast. Casey and Owen Liberator will be hosting a live watch party for the Canadian Grand Prix at Human Robot Brewery, their Schuylkill Banks location. It's 2401 Walnut Street in Philadelphia. We will be there watching the race, vlogging the whole thing. It's going to be an awesome time. I'm going to be there. Casey, Owen going to be there. Come hang out. Come meet us. Come chill with us. We're going to be watching the whole race. Phillies London series will be going on, so if we get there early, we might have that on as well. But for sure, going to be there for the Grand Prix. And this is like a huge test for, F1 Underground and them being able to do live events with Human Robot. We are curating an awesome relationship with them. They are huge F1 fans themselves. So if you're an F1 fan in the Philadelphia area, want to come watch the Canadian Grand Prix with a bunch of F1 fans, a bunch of just like Philly fans that love F1, come on out, hang out with Casey and Owen, myself. We're going to be vlogging the entire event, and hopefully it builds to more opportunities for us to host events at Human Robot at their Schuylkill Banks location, at other locations that they have. But come on out Sunday, June 9th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Human Robot Brewery, Schuylkill Banks location, 2401 Walnut Street in Philly for a Canadian Grand Prix watch party with F1 Underground. Let's get into the schedule. So the Eagles will be playing the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore in the preseason Friday, August 9th. And then they will be at New England on Thursday, August 15th. And then they wrap up the preseason at home Saturday, August 24th at 1 p.m. against the Minnesota Vikings. before heading to Brazil Friday, September 6th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC on Peacock against the Green Bay Packers, the Brazilian kickoff there. Then they have Monday Night Football against Kirk Coupons and the Atlanta Falcons. Jason Kelce making his Monday Night Football debut in Philadelphia is quite the treat. And the Eagles opening up against Kirk Cousins is fantastic. I love that for us. And then Sunday, September 22nd, down in New Orleans, the Eagles will take on the Saints. And then Sunday, September 29th, they will head down to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Then a Week 5 bye. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I get, it's probably going to help out with the Brazil travel and, the early road schedule in New Orleans and Tampa, get the bodies back to normal somewhat, your internal body clock. But the Week 5 bye is a little rough for the NFL, so we'll see how that plays out. But then the Eagles come back home Sunday, October 13th, to take on the Cleveland Browns at home. Then they go to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Saquon returns to New Jersey because that's where they play. They don't play in New York. On Sunday, October 20th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Then Sunday, October 27th, the final game of my age 30 season on this earth. They head to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. And then Sunday Night Football, Week 9, at home, Dougie P coming back to Philly to take on the Birds as the Jaguars come to town. And then Sunday, 4:25 Eastern Time, going down to Dallas and Jerry World. The Eagles and Cowboys on Sunday, November 10th. And then Thursday Night Football at home against the Washington Commanders. I absolutely hate that. Not a fan, but we'll see how it plays out. Then Sunday Night Football again at the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday, November 24th, right before Thanksgiving. And then I also don't like this. We're at the Ravens for the preseason already. And now Week 13, December 1st, 4:25 Eastern Time, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson in Baltimore to take on the Ravens in the regular season. I don't like playing preseason opponents that you're going to see later on in the year. It's just me. It feels weird and just not smart. But we'll see. Week 14 at home, December 8th against the Carolina Panthers. Week 15 at home, 4:25 start against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sunday, December 22nd, a couple days before Christmas, 1 p.m. at Washington. Then right after Christmas, the Cowboys come to town for a 4:25 start on Sunday, December 29th. And then Week 18, a tradition like no other, Eagles-Giants at the Link to wrap things up. That time and date to be determined. It's an interesting schedule. Obviously, a lot of 1 o'clock starts compared to last year, which is nice for my just internal sanity and my sleep schedule. But weird that there's no Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. That's interesting to me because it is typically one of the most viewed television programs of the calendar year whenever the Eagles and Cowboys play each other on Sunday Night Football. That's not happening for the first time in what feels like a long time. The Week 5 bye is we'll see how that plays out. I hate the early schedule too. We lose out on a home game by going to Brazil. Then 2 road games to start, the season in September. Only the 1 home game against the Falcons, and it's a Monday night. Then a Week 5 bye. And then October 13th at home, and then you're on the road again in October. You're killing tailgate season. This sucks from a tailgate perspective, and I feel for all my friends and people out there who are, the hardcore tailgaters out there. It's brutal. There's one true game to tailgate this entire first 2 months of the season when it's nice weather outside. So that's a bummer. How do I see the schedule playing out? Well, let's go game by game, shall we? The way too early season schedule predictor for the Birds. Green Bay and Brazil, that's a W. Falcons, that's a win. Saints, that's a win. Bucks, that's a win. 4-0 going into the bye, in my opinion. Coming out of the bye, the Cleveland Browns, that's a win. That's 5. At the Giants, that's a win. 6. Bengals, that's a coin toss for me, so right now I'm going to give it a loss. That's 6-1 after the month of October. Jacksonville, that should be a win. 7-1. You always split with the Cowboys, so I'm going to say 7-2. You'll lose at Jerry World. Commanders on Thursday Night Football, hopefully is a win. It's a coin toss. I'm going to say that one is a win. 8-2 going into Sunday Night Football at the Rams. That's 9-2 and a W. You're going to lose to the Ravens, I think. That's 9-3. You beat the Panthers. That's 10-3. You beat the Steelers. That's 11-3. You beat the Commanders. That's 12-3. You beat the Cowboys. 13-3. Giants, that's a coin toss. If you need the win, you get the win. You go 14-3, 13-4. That's kind of where I see the schedule. This is a 13-win team. 13-14-win team, if all goes right. I love the talent on this team. I think they're going to be very exciting across the board. I love the coordinators that are here now with Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. And it's going to be an exciting fall and winter with the Philadelphia Eagles. But guess what, guys? We've got the best team in fucking baseball right now, and I'm not too worried about what's going on in Eagles land when I got an awesome baseball team to watch. So that's what I'm tuned in for. Faux show. The other thing I'm tuned in for is this weekend I will be in Albany, New York with DJ as we get set for another season of PLL coverage, the Premier Lacrosse League. And now there's home cities, and we have a team, Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Water Dogs kick off their season on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC, taking on the Utah Archers in a championship game rematch from last season. Dogs looking for a little revenge. Obviously, it won't be in the form of a championship. The Archers ended up winning last year by 1 goal in the final seconds of that game. So a little revenge on the mind for our Philadelphia Water Dogs. Brand new coach for the team, Coach Tierney, Bill Tierney, taking over. First time he's coaching the pros ever. A well-decorated college coach, one of the best to ever do it. He's now going to get his feet wet, all pun intended, with the Water Dogs at the pro level. And it's going to be exciting, guys. Turn on ABC at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Tune in. You will not regret it. This team is loaded with talent. A lot of Philly guys on the team. Michael Sowers, Jake Richard, Matt DeLuca's a Delaware grad. There's a lot of Philly connections. Our guy Eli Gobrecht has a lot of Philly ties. Christian Scarpello, big Eagles fan. So there's a lot of Philly connections on this team, okay? And they are our newest team. So 1 p.m. Eastern Time, ABC, Saturday. Tune in. It's going to be awesome. Water Dogs Archers. If you are watching, I want you to tweet me a picture of your TV that you're watching to @UndergroundPHI and or @OTBLaxPod. We will retweet it. I want to see everyone who listens to this podcast watching our Philadelphia Water Dogs kick off their season, their first season as Philadelphia's team. I'm very excited for them. I can't wait. And it's going to be an awesome PLL season. If you're a lacrosse fan, be sure to subscribe to the Outside the Box podcast. Wherever you get your podcasts, you get the video form on our YouTube channel. It's going to be awesome. You're going to have unprecedented content coming to you from myself and DJ out in Albany and all season long. And there's going to be an awesome Philly weekend in a couple weeks over at Villanova, June 15th and 16th at Villanova. You won't want to miss it. Be there. The boys might be doing a live show. How you doing? So yeah, tune into the Water Dogs inaugural season as Philadelphia's team as they go to try and win a second championship in 3 years and get to 3 straight championship games. That's going to do it for me on this episode. Make sure you guys are following us on the socials at UndergroundPHI, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, LinkedIn, Facebook. It's facebook.com/undergroundsportsphi, twitch.tv/undergroundsportsphi. Follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311 and KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple and Spotify. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. Be a friend. Tell a friend to subscribe to the pod. It really does help. And when you guys subscribe to the pod, we appreciate the hell out of you just for subscribing. So keep on doing it. Be a friend. Spread the word. Subscribe to the pod. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@undergroundsportsphiladelphia. That is where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on the YouTube channel. We're at 803 subscribers. Let's get to 900 before the end of June. Smash that like button, ring the bell icon, leave a comment down below. Your thoughts on the Eagles schedule, your thoughts on the fighting Phils heading into the month of June. And, of course, guys, this show is presented by the city of Vineland. And whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process, and their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you are considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 642 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. Go Phils, go Birds, go Water Dogs, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode. It'll probably be me and DJ from our hotel in Albany, so it should be a doozy of a time, and hopefully we're talking about a Water Dogs win, along with the fighting Phils pulling off a big-time, leading into, hopefully, a sweep against the Cardinals, and whatever the hell else pops up in the Philly sports universe moving into the weekend. But until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here. And I am signing off. Peace.